Well, hello everyone, I am Fracture, and this is Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, and I am using the Restored Content Mod 1.8.1, which I've never used before, so that'll be new for me as well. Alright, so at the end of the last episode, we had just found our way out of the morgue, where we found somebody called Kriya playing dead. We decided not to be mean though, we're playing a light side character, so we took her at face value. And she seems to be helping us recover force skills that we had lost, and we don't really know why we lost them. We also found a guy called Atten stuck in basically the prison, and the mining facility's abandoned. We're trapped on the admin level, and we're about to try and use this droid to get us out of the admin level so that we can get some stuff done. So that's where we are now. So there you see I have the lock icon, because this droid has security skill. I don't have to bash containers open. I can just unlock them. Now you don't always, even if you have the ability to do that, sometimes the containers are too difficult to open or what have you, and it's somewhat random as well, so if it fails the first time you can try again, and sometimes it will succeed. Okay, so let me just check these other doors here. We have this one. And someone's purposefully welded this door shut. You'll need to blast it open. Oh! Okay, so I'm not going to go in there yet. I just want to go see what this area is about. Ah, and there's our ship, the Ebon Hawk. I don't know why they call it Ebon Hawk. Ebon means black, Black Hawk, and that's hardly a black ship, but then again, you paint a ship black in space and it just becomes invisible. So, the other thing I noticed is it's undamaged, so somebody's been busy repairing it because it was in poor shape when we arrived. Huge chunks of it were missing. So there's a repair kit. A repair kit is essentially a health pack for a droid. Oops, clicked the wrong thing. Get away. Paragus Hunger Control, System Diagnostics. System damaged. Several parts have been removed from this console, and a laser drill has been used on a number of the subsystems. Despite the sabotage, however, the console's basic functionality was intended to be restored quickly by replacing the missing parts. You need some basic parts to restore this console. Apparently not the kind that we have. Well, I have no repair parts, so let's see if we can find some. Now, I know that both of these doors can't be opened yet. So this one's magnetically sealed. You have to use the console. Ditto over there, so I won't bother. So really our only option, since we'd need explosives for this, and a repair part for that console, is to just head down this ramp. We have no other place to go. So that sonic detonator is a hand grenade, and you can see it's now available as a combat option. I should discuss this stuff too. Let me go into here. So this droid has a mining laser equipped, and also has a special weapon. So if I click the thing that looks like a sword, that will do your basic attack, which is whatever equipped weapon or weapons you have. It will just do the basic attack. I have the option to use this droid shock arm, which is a specialty weapon, which I will be using. Some of them have limited uses, like 10 uses, and then it basically destroys itself. This one basically is unlimited. Yeah, there. I didn't even have to guess. It's written right there for the people that understand how the language works, me not included. So let's leave that equipped. And I have some other stuff in my inventory, and this isn't in the droid's inventory specifically. All of your characters share an inventory, so the reason this is here is because one of my other characters found it earlier, and it just magically appears where I can use it. So let's equip that. So I equipped a boost of some sort, computer use boost, and some armor. And nothing here. So let's continue. So there you go. Basic attack would fire the mining laser, and this uses the droid shock arm. Down here, this is the same as KotOR. You can queue up to 3 attacks, well, including the current attack, 4, I guess. And they don't have to be on the same thing. So if there's 3 enemies in front of you, you could have each attack for a different enemy, and it would just cycle through them. So here's his basic attack. So the lightning attack is that droid shock arm, and his basic attack is the basically laser bullet thing. So now I should mention too, oh yes, I have the combat pauses automatically for me. That's not required. You can turn that off. It's just the way I like to play. As soon as it spots an enemy, it pauses. So it looks like we have no choice but to go to the fuel depot. Components. Now I know from having played previous games, this is actually the fuel line. This is like the you know, whatever, a pipe, fuel pipe, but it's got doors in it, access points, and we're going to drive through. So that usually this would be full of fuel, but there's no ship locked. So there we go. Ion Striker. I believe that weapon is one of the ones where you get 10 uses and then it uses it up. Sonic Mines, that's good. We're going to need those. That's what we need for the door up top. And these data pads, they're essentially notes. For any other game, it would be a note. And as soon as you pick it up, it'll pop it on the screen for you to read. It also keeps a copy in your inventory and in the journals, so they're pretty hard to miss. So there you go. This is the data pad. Purged the fuel lines and found 3 sonic charges attached inside. I checked the work logs and only the droids have been in the area. I tried to contact security as soon as I found the explosives, but I can't seem to get a signal through. I've removed the remote detonators and I'll keep the explosives on me until I can put them in the secure hold in the hangar. And how did that work out for you? Not so good. Well, it wasn't the mines that killed him, or we wouldn't have found them. Droid Ion Blast. Ion damage is good against droids, as you might have guessed from that name specifically, and as I recall, pretty horrible against humans or aliens or whatever happens to be non-droid. So we could equip like a secondary. Yeah, this is 10 uses out of 10. Ion 20 points. Disable and destroy, so it's like a droid stun. This is 100% chance to stun. This is probably just damage. Yeah, this is 20 points of ion damage, and this has a chance to stun, which is kind of handy for the larger droids. And we have nowhere else to use it right now, so we may as well. And if we look at the map, that's a dead end, essentially, so we're heading back up. And it looks like we've attracted more attention. Okay, those are shields, so these won't won't die quite as quickly as the earlier ones. Take at least 2 shots, I think. One to get rid of the shields, and just make sure I'm on the right weapon. No, maybe not. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, so that ion did stun. I don't know if you noticed it, I killed it so fast, but it basically just stood there with smoke coming out of it. That's a stun for a droid. And one thing I want to check just quickly, I think it's because it's so early in the game, I'm not even sure you can set like a gameplay difficulty. Yeah, it's set to normal, so we're good. It's been so long since I played this, I can't remember how easy or how hard the opening few scenes are. So we have a mine now, so this is the other kind of bash component. You can lay a mine right at the bottom of a door and it will open it. 3CFD is the droid from the opening, sort of the tutorial. Looks like he's seen better days. Yeah, flamethrower. These are good, flamethrowers, against non-droid targets, human targets. They essentially stun as well. They cause fear when you set somebody on fire, so they can't attack back. Computer spike, retinal combat. So when somebody's has been feared in this game, they basically grab their head and they shake it back and forward. I don't know what they think that'll accomplish, especially if they're on fire, but it means they can't fight back. It's as good as a stun. So. Well, let's see. I have some repair parts now. Functionality restored. There we go. Access emergency control commands. Run diagnostics on damaged systems. Diagnostic. All emergency subsystems rerouted. Fuel depot terminal. Access to the Paragus emergency subsystems have been rerouted to a fuel depot computer terminal, which I'm guessing is not this one because this is the hangar terminal. And the connecting circuits have been burned out with a mining laser. Okay, so guess what we have to do now is we have to head down into the fuel depot and find that. Hangar logs. All incoming and outgoing freighters need orbital drift charts transmitted from the Paragus in order to navigate the asteroid field surrounding the mining colony. Okay, so let's transmit those. Download error, access denied. Ebon Hawk navicomputer locked. Okay, so that's the Ebon Hawk's locked, not that it wouldn't send them if we wanted to. Access hangar logs. Contraband.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives.
Done and done.
Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override. Looks like those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked, maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one, if we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Alright, so that explains how the ship got repaired, and now we have to ponder why the navicomputer was locked. I think that's just where I was, yeah, okay. Alright, I don't think we'll see anything useful here. We've been there. That's the room he was talking about. Decontamination, we haven't been here. Comm system. Run diagnostics. Unit destroyed. Comm system from hangar inoperative. hangar bay layout. That fills in the map, and I actually don't like doing that because then you can't tell where you have not been. That's an awkward sentence. Okay, so we know what's up now. We need to get down to... Actually, I wonder, can I open... Control commands. Yeah, okay, here we go. I was gonna say, from playing through the game previously, I know I have to go through one of those doors and it wasn't open, so I realized I'd forgotten something. So I can open the blast door to hangar 25. Failure. Conduit removed. Open blast door to the fuel depot, which is where we wanted to go anyway to find that terminal. And there we go. Cool. So let's head down there. We've already been in the fuel depot, of course, but only a limited section of it. I was just waiting around to see if we had any loot. Like I said, it sometimes takes several seconds before it decides it's going to give you some loot. Neural pacifier, that sounds like it's for humans again. Let's just take a look at what it does. Stun on humans, medium range, and it causes no damage though, so it's pure stun. And I left the droid Mark 1 equipped. But you can see this is hardly any reason to switch weapons. This one's pretty darn effective. The success of your security skill is random. If at first you cannot unlock a container or door, try again. You may succeed on the second attempt. Those battle stimulants are the same idea as KotOR2, just sort of injections for temporary boosts and buffs. So we're heading down to what looks like a completely separate area here. This is a raised up section. I think the pipe is down below us. Can't really see over the... But I think we were actually down there. And I'm quite sure we can't... Yeah, impossible. Now this looks like a dead end. They call these containment fields, but it's like cubicles. They're open on the top. What exactly are they containing? Anyway. Certainly wouldn't contain an explosion, would it? Access remote cameras, fuel line sensor. This fuel line deposits fuel into docked starships. Since no ships are currently docked at the Paragus facility, it is sealed. There appears to be some sort of metal case lying inside the fuel pipe, but you can't make it out. Yeah, okay, so we've been down there. That's the dead end that we were in. And we were just there a second ago. There's no way to shut down the field that you can see from this terminal. This means anyone inside the facility is effectively cut off from the hangar bay, unless they decide to climb 1 foot over the barrier. Trips to join. Yeah, okay. Just looked at that. Return to main consoles. Call up the system log. Within the past day, a series of explosions with the Paragus mining facility has enacted an emergency lockdown. Someone has sliced into the fuel depot computers and created a phantom fuel leak, sealing off the area with force fields to contain the blast. Yes, sorry, that's not going to work. Nitpicking again, but it would. System emergency schematics. Open emergency hatch on the administration level. Yeah, there we go. Return to main console. Anything else in here? No. Okay, log out. Ominous.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not?
It's not my droid. Nah, give him a little more time.
Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my...
In your what? Started with a C?
Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
It looks like it, but it's strange he didn't contact us on the comm.
If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
The turbo lifts are locked down manually, so I had him open an emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
I like the dark side stuff on these quite a lot. If it's dangerous in those tunnels, then you're the one that's going, not me. Maybe, but the only way out... Yeah, maybe, but it's the only way out, and it's better that I risk my life than yours. Dum dum dum. Wonder if that's light side or dark side. Let's give it a shot.
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both. Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. But be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself.
Got it. See you soon.
I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
You've received a comm link. Party members or others may use it to contact you to help you or provide information. Oh, what a surprise. Light side points. So the door is actually one back here. And I'm going to target these videos for about 30 minutes. I know the first one was an hour, but I wanted to kind of get a good start and end it as we switch characters. I'm not going to be doing those hour-long ones. They take too long to upload to YouTube, for one thing. Let's see. This one's been going for about 20. I think what I might do is just get us into the tunnels and call it a short video, and it's a good place to start the next one. So let's just go through the door.
Can you read me?
Barely. There's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragas fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
Let's see. Yeah, you can actually tell him to shut up, and he does. And I don't think it's dark side points, but we'll be nice to him. I'll be careful then. If you detect anything, signal me.
Will do. And be careful down there.
So there's our emergency cylinder.
Find the emergency supplies?
Yes, and it looks like there's some clothes in here.
About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. But there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
There's some kind of mining energy shield in this crate, too.
Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids.
I don't want to know how to use it. Got it. Let's go.
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
Couldn't you just say that? Let's see. Any advice on taking them out?
Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibroblade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is.
shielded?
Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, the shields may absorb laser fire. You can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field around the target. If they activate a shield, the best thing you can do is hit them with a melee weapon or try to burn out the shield with continual fire. But that could take a while, and it leaves you a target.
I'll do that. Anything else?
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Alright, so let's suit up, and then in the next video we'll actually start poking around in the mine. Retinal combat implant. Unfortunately, I don't have the prerequisites. Minimum constitution 14. Oh well. Somebody can use that. This is one of those games where you do better to have your 3 teammates sort of have you spread out the skill set across the 3 teammates, so there's always somebody that can use the gear, and it just ends up helping you in the end. Awareness +1, that's good. Help me find mines. Immunity to cold and fire. Damage physical +4. Okay, so they're only for unarmed. May as well use these. This is the mining shield they were talking about. You'll see that in the user interface. You basically click on it before a fight and it starts up. Mining uniform. Which reminds me, it's actually kind of amusing if you're playing a female character, because you say, I found some clothes, and he's like, oh shit. I mean, yeah, good, put those on. Safety harness, demolitions we'll probably need, although these other ones are good as well. This reflex. Doesn't say specifically what it's good for, but dodge, less damage from traps and mines, that sort of thing, I think. But we'll stick with the vibroblade. And I do have dual weapons, so at some point I should find dual weapons. You're actually better off sticking with one weapon until you have a point, at least 2 points in dual weapon. What the extra points in dual weapon do is they reduce the penalty for dual weapon. There's always a penalty, but it usually turns out in your favor once you have a bit of skill points applied to it. So the weapons don't do quite as well, but you're hitting so often that you end up with the benefit. Alright, so here we are, the mine's through that door. Let me just take care of this. And in the next one, we'll go through that door into the mine. So, as always, I thank you for watching and I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel or give me the thumbs up. It really does help. And thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Cheers.